They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I'm here to help you. I'm tired, and you should be tired, of listening to these financial shows like CNBC where they're all geniuses and they're always wrong. Look, stop worrying about the price to book and the price to sales and all the stuff they tell you you think you need to know. You don't need to know any of that. Anybody can make money in the stock market using charts. It's about money flow. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, many people left the stock market after the crash, and here's why.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
And that's still going on. That's your planner. They don't represent you. They represent themselves, your money manager. But you have to make a change. You can't change them. You make the change. Join my gang, philsgang.com, so that we can take care of you. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Generally agree that monetary policy was not the main reason for the housing bubble.
What are you, nuts? Of course monetary policy was the reason for the housing bubble. That's Ben Bernanke. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. He's lying. Listen to this. In December 2000, interest rates were 6.5%. Within the next 30 months, Bernanke dropped them down to 1%. Because of that, mortgage originations grew from 1.5 trillion to 5 trillion. That was by the end of 2003. The housing bubble was inflated, and it was continued being fueled by his policies, which eventually we saw mortgages that grew from 28 trillion mortgage to 50 trillion. He lied. But here's the important thing. We were able to take advantage of that here at Phil's Gang, and we were able to make money because of it. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com, Phil's Gang Radio Show. You know, we just went through a 1,900-point stock market drop, fastest drop ever in 2 days. Most of you panicked. At Phil's Gang, we didn't look at it as a crash. We looked at it as an opportunity because we were short. Why? Because I was able to teach my students how to read a chart, so in advance, they would know that the market was going to go down. It's all about learning. It's always amazed me, our whole life, someone teaches us to play baseball, someone teaches us to ski, someone teaches us how to drive a car. But there's nobody there to teach you how to invest in a stock. And that's where I come. I think I have the best teaching format in the country. Check it out. It's philsgang.com. So you'll be so comfortable. You don't care if the market's going down or the market's going up. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
AMBA, and I've lost over 30K on it, but it had excellent earnings the last several quarters, and if they make the cameras and drone equipment, I don't know why it's so weak these days.
It's so weak these days because you don't pay attention to what they make. You don't care about their earnings. The problem is the institutions are pulling their money out, and that's all you need to know, and that's what we identify in the chart, and that's why I become a Phil's Gang member.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The labor market has clearly shown significant further improvement toward our objective of maximum employment. So far this year, a total of 2.3 million jobs have been added to the economy.
Yeah, all waitress, bartending, lap dancing jobs. Yeah, great jobs. Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Unbelievable. Well, if you have a credit card, auto loan, business loan, mortgage of some kind, home equity loan, they're all going to increase. And Yellen came out today, raised rates 1/4 point. Now, the market, what you need to look at is not today. We're up 176 points. That is not how this works. We have not had a rate hike in 9 years. We've been in absence of a rate hike for 9 years. So this market is not going to act like a regular regular Fed announcement. This has to soak in a little bit. Now, where you can make money in the market is with utilities, because interest rates affect utilities. Now, where you make money is utilities have sold off. Now, give me an example. Duke Energy turned from green to red. And I'll give you a great example on our chart. So that was on October 23rd, green to red at $74 in October. And it went down all the way down to $65. That's a 12% decline. It just turned green today. So you had if you're a gang member and you're using your PT2 and you're waiting for turn from green to red, that would have been a return you would have made, or less, depending on where you got in. But the key is it turned green today. Utilities are the most important thing to look at after a rate move. Now, if the utilities, when these rates go up, which they went up 1/4 point, and they don't go down, let's say the utilities don't sell off, that means the worst of the damage have already been seen in the utilities. That means the people who are betting it's going down, they will start buying their short positions back. So a day like today is where you want to go and find a buy signal, and we just found our buy signal on our PT2 turn from red to green. We're going to wait one more day to get a confirmation on our PT2. That's the wonderful thing about the PT2, because there's no emotion. And it just shows that the utilities have been hit real hard. And if they're at a point they got hit so hard with a rate hike, if they don't go down further, that's a great buying opportunity. So, and we just saw it turn green. So we're going to watch utilities. My gang will watch utilities. We think there could be a lot of profit there. But utilities Or just one thing, just one part. Unlike any other time in history, there's never been an absence of a rate hike for such a long period, 9 years. So we got to be a little careful here. This market could turn around and end up negative by the close. We can go 161 positive, go right back to negative, or tomorrow morning can open up negative. So you got to let things filter out a little bit. This is different than just a rate announcement. Now, the reason for the rate hike, and nobody's focusing on it, is that zero interest, Aunt B no longer has the means to inflate the bubble, to inflate the financial bubble, which inflates the stock market. The stock market, after all these years, have gone up 200%, and it's been going sideways at a 4% range sideways for almost 8-9 months now. So your big stocks like Facebook and Starbucks and Disney and Nike and your four horsemen, all the big boys, like, again, the four horsemen, Netflix, Amazon, Google, Facebook, they cannot break out and run. See, she's out of ammo. So Aunt B no longer has the means to inflate. You can't say, I'm going to drop rates, because the idea of dropping rates is supposed to stimulate the economy, stimulate jobs, stimulate growth, stimulate people buying houses. Well, it didn't work. Zero rates didn't work, by the way. It didn't stimulate housing or good paying, full-time, bread-winning jobs. It only worked to make a small segment of the population who are already rich that much richer, because their assets were already in the stock market in 2009. That's where most of their wealth is, tied to the market. That's what it did. That's what it was designed for. The stock market, after 200% straight up rally every day for every month for 9 months, came to a halt, as I just said. So she didn't have the ammo to push it up. In fact, the big guys were pulling their money out of the market. No other time has the Fed raised rates. Think about it. When deflation hit, oil, iron ore, copper, all commodities, the index has dropped by 70% since 2008. The commodity index has fallen off a cliff by 70% since 2008. So what she did today was stupid. She raised rates right in the jaws of a recession. We're so close to another recession. Stupid. No other time in history have we been lied to, where the chairperson of the Fed, who, by the way, once insisted oil at $120 a barrel was a sign of tremendous growth and prosperity. Well, wait a minute. Now she's saying we're raising rates because we have growth and prosperity, but we're at $35 a barrel. You can't have it both ways. First, she says at $120 a barrel, that's a sign of growth and prosperity. So she raises rates when we're at $35 a barrel. She says that's prosperity and growth too. What are you, nuts? She knows that's a lie. You can't say that. That's a stupid statement. Only Bernanke matched that lie after the housing collapse, when he was asked about his monetary policy. Was it responsible for the housing collapse, for the second bubble after the dot-com? He said, no, he had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it. He's the one that came up with the liar loans, derivatives, the easy credit. Are you kidding? Know what he blamed? He blamed the mortgage brokers. So no other time in history has a chairperson of the Fed announced a rate hike because everything is fine. Fine? What do you mean fine? When we have 102 million adult Americans without jobs, everything is fine, she says? We've never had anybody raise rates with 102 million people out of work and calling it fine. Or the real median household income dropped to $54,000, down 8%. That's fine. We saw $54,000. You were making $54,000 back in 1989. What are you, nuts? Fine? We're going to raise rates because things are fine. 6 million citizens on food stamps compared to almost 1.8 million at the turn of the century. So we go from 1.8 million to 6 million, and things are fine. Or that 35% of our population is now receiving some welfare. 35% of our people receiving welfare. And she said things are fine to raise rates. She said things are fine. When just 8 years after the housing crash, we still have more than 6.5 million homeowners underwater. This is crazy. Never before have we raised rates, with 40% of all homeowners in negative equity position. We'll be right back. My name is Phil Grande. Join the gang. We'll take a look at some utility stocks when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market, was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap. Diversify. Everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now, because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in. And we did. And we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Do you think gold is money?
No. Gold's not money? You got to be kidding. That's Ron Paul asking Ben Bernanke. And of course, Ben Bernanke lied. Of course, gold is money. But here's what he doesn't want you to know. They've been suppressing gold, trying to push gold down, because it competes with the dollar. The Federal Reserve doesn't sell gold. They sell dollars. Gold competes. Gold will dictate in a free market where interest rates should be. That's the last thing they want, because they manipulate interest rates. Now, has your broker told you that? Has your planner told you that? No. Well, I told my gang that. I explained it to them, and we positioned ourselves to be in a perfect position for gold and copper as it dropped. That's why you want to join my gang, Phil's Gang. We're right on top of this. philsgang.com. Join today. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, everybody, the hot stocks Apple or Google, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What people don't understand is every stock is the same. If the institutions buy it, it goes up. If they don't, it goes down. It doesn't matter the name. That's why we use charts to identify money in, money out. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Middle class economics works.
Works? Where? Show me where it works. You tell us the unemployment rate is 5.1%, and you only get to 5.1% by making sure people don't have a job. Think of August. August, the unemployment rate went down to 5.1% because 200,000 people couldn't find a job. If they found a job, our unemployment rate would be at 10%. Isn't this amazing? Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Aren't you sick of this stuff? Aren't you sick of these politicians? They keep lying to us. And you know, Wall Street does too. And how many times have you said, boy, I hate Wall Street. I hate the stock market. But that's the best place in the world to make money. But you need a lesson. You need a lesson on how to invest. That's where I come in. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's the best teaching format in the country when you want to learn how to invest in stocks. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Talking Trader Stock Charts.
The Federal Reserve raises interest rates by 1/4 point. The Fed raising interest rates by 1/4 point. The new range of the Fed funds rate rises to 25 to 50 basis points from 0 to 25 basis points in what was a unanimous decision.
A bunch of dummies. They all agreed. Never before has there been a time you shouldn't be raising rates. Never before. It's unbelievable. Never before has the Fed raised rates with 40% of all homeowners in a negative equity position. Never before had they raised rates when we've had the lowest work participation rate since 1955 and the lowest home ownership since 1967. They never raised rates before when industrial production sucks. Matter of fact, it's getting worse. Dropped from 2/10 down to 6/10. We never had a rate hike when a president replaced so many high-paying production jobs with so many low-paying part-time service jobs in bars, restaurant, retail stores, temp jobs that pay less than $20,000 a year. If you look at full-time, by contrast, look at the full-time, like manufacturing, energy, mining, the white-collar professions, information technology, business management, service or finance, real estate. There are currently 70 million of these breadwinner jobs. That's 3% less than 16 years ago when Bill Clinton was still in the White House. This is crazy. Never has there been a rate hike when health care premiums have increased by 45%. Or when there is $1 trillion in student loan debt, causing 21 million young adults to live at home with their parents because they can't find a breadwinner job. Or with 47 million people on food stamps. Never before have we raised rates. When we had disability checks, double the amount of disability checks. But 67% don't have a disability. But they get the checks anyways. Just another form of welfare. This is unbelievable. This is a con job. Now, this will lead us to a market correction. Don't let today fool you. Don't let today fool you where we're seeing that the utilities are leading. That's good news because that means we can make money in utilities. If tomorrow we still see the utilities leading, that's good news because the one sector you looked at when there's a rate hike are utilities. Let's go to the Stock Corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
Okay, if you go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can click on Watch Live, you can see the PT2. Duke Energy just started to turn green and then just turned back to red. Just turned green, just turned back to red. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can't. All these jibber jabbers telling, oh, look at this, the market's up 180 something. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. We're going to watch Duke. The energy utilities will tell us what's going on in the next couple of days. So will the banks. So will the biotech. So will the four horsemen, Netflix, Amazon, Google, Facebook. But let's get to the utilities. DUK. Now, DUK has not turned green. LNT has not turned green. ED, Edison, has turned green. Now, that's for long term. That's the PT2, where you're going to stay into a stock couple, 3 months. Now, for shorter term, on our PT1, we'll look for an opportunity for a trade for 2, 3, 5 days. And we're gonna watch these utilities and see if we can get a buy signal on these. Because if the utilities don't drop when you have a rate hike, that means they hit their bottom. That's the one place you want to be investing. Let's go take a look at Facebook. This is Facebook. Look at it right now. It's still red. Has not turned green. Has not turned green. Starbucks is red. Has not turned green. These are the leaderships. They're not doing anything. I'm telling you, don't get excited with this rally. Apple has not turned green. Disney, these are all the big leadership stocks, has not turned green. I mean, what that means is our chart, the PT2 chart, will tell you if the big institution buyers are coming in and buying, and they're not. They're holding back. That's why you just don't jump in and listen to these jibber jabbers, because the market's up 194 points. The market can turn right around on you between the rest of the day and tomorrow. Nike has not turned green. None of the leaders have turned green. Now I'm going to look at the biotech. That's very important. And that gives us a real clue what's going on. We're going to look at Exchange Traded Fund XBI. They're the biotech, not turned green. Now, we can get a nice trade out of it for 2 days, but to be in it for 2 to 3 months to make some real money, it hasn't turned green, so you'd stay away from it. That's the beautiful thing about the PT2. It tells you when money's going in and money's going out. Money goes in, you can get in it and be in a stock for 2, 3 months or more. Now, when it doesn't turn green, then what you do is we switch to our PT1, where we're in a stock for 2 to 3 days. So right now, what we're seeing is not good. You don't look at a market and say, we're up 197 points, and that's the gauge if the market's doing good. That's back information. That's behind us. In the stock market, you got to look forward. And you got certain indicators you look at. And that's why I keep telling you, join my gang. I think we got the best teaching format in the country. It's only $49.95 a month. Check it out. Go to philsgang.com. Right now, I'll give you a number, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. And you can talk to Steven or Denise, and they'll get you signed up. Try it for a month. Now, as I said, never before have we had a rate hike with healthcare premiums so high, or when there's $1 trillion in student loan debt, causing 21 million young adults to live at home, and we're raising rates? We're raising rates. Do you believe that? We'll be right back. Join my gang right now, Phil's gang, 877. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap. Diversify. Everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in, and we did, and we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. It's Christmas season. That's right. Everybody loves Christmas, and the favorite color of Christmas is green and red. You see it everywhere. Well, that's my favorite color, too. And it's my favorite color of my gang because we have Christmas year-round. How does that happen? We have what we call PT2, a wonderful tool. It turns green when it tells us the institutions are buying a stock, and it turns red when they're taking their money out. Nothing better. Green to buy, red to sell. Oh, I know you've heard this stuff before, and it doesn't seem silly and all that, but it works. It works. It's Christmas time year-round here at Phil's Gang. It really is. Check it out. Call or go to my site, philsgang.com. Check out the PT2. You'll love it, and you're just in time because they are going to start rallying oil stocks. And when it turns green, we will be in position to buy. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Middle-class economics works.
Works? Where? Show me where it works. You tell us the unemployment rate is 5.1%, and you only get to 5.1% by making sure people don't have a job. Think of August. August, the unemployment rate went down to 5.1% because 200,000 people couldn't find a job. If they found a job, our unemployment rate would be at 10%. Isn't this amazing? Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Aren't you sick of this stuff? Aren't you sick of these politicians? They keep lying to us. And you know, Wall Street does too. And how many times have you said, boy, I hate Wall Street. I hate the stock market. But that's the best place in the world to make money. But you need a lesson. You need a lesson on how to invest. That's where I come in. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's the best teaching format in the country when you want to learn how to invest in stocks. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Our economy has been moving.
Yeah, in the wrong direction. This is the same guy that told us we could keep our doctor and we could keep our health insurance. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Look, I have the best teaching format in the country when it comes to learning how to invest in stocks. People will tell you that. Look, we can't listen to Wall Street. We can't listen to our government. We listen to our charts. That's why you join philsgang.com. Food stamps have exceeded 45 million for 50 straight months, and he's telling us things are good. What are you, nuts?
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we read in the paper or we hear on radio or TV how the market is rigged. So what? It's rigged to go up, not to go down. You know this market hasn't pulled back 10%, not 10% since 2011, and you're not in this market. You want the market to be rigged. All you got to know is when to get out before it blows up. That's why you become a gang member, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grande and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The rate hike is in. The market's up 220 points. But as I told my gang members, when something like this happens, it'll go the wrong way. It'll fake you out. It'll go the wrong way first, catching everybody. They always catch The most people at the worst time. They'll rally the market like this, and then all of a sudden they'll turn around and they'll drop it. Or tomorrow morning they'll drop it. So do not chase this rally. Now, how do we know not to chase the rally? Well, when you look on a chart and you look at your leadership stocks, Facebook, you look at your Starbucks, all these stocks, okay? Starbucks should be going through the roof right now. Should be going through just taking off. Apple should be cranking big time. It's not. It's not. Disney should be really screaming. It's not. It's just not happening. Your four horsemen like Netflix, Amazon, they should be on fire, okay? So what you're getting is short covering. You're not getting new money coming in. As these stocks are going up, there's 233 points. Most of this are shorts that are covering, so you got to wait. So let's get back to some reality here. First of all, she said,
the labor market has clearly shown significant further improvement.
The labor market has shown significant further improvement. We have the lowest labor participation rate since 1955. What's she talking about? The lowest home ownership rate since 67 because of low wages. People can't buy houses. We have the lowest wages in 20 years. But what does she say?
The labor market has clearly shown significant further improvement.
So having the lowest wage in 20 years is a significant improvement? What are you, nuts? All this is a result of top-line sales, revenues, all plunging, causing a 10-year low in factory orders. That's why we got lousy jobs, lousy full-time jobs, manufacturing, industrial production, retail sales, household spending, disposable income, durable goods, all in a decline due to the lack of good full-time jobs available. So that causes wages stagnant. We've never seen manufacturing, industrial production that's fallen off a cliff like this has. The growth rate of consumer spending, because they have such lousy wages, most of these people aren't making money. Especially if they are making money, they're even getting killed because of the increased payments they have to make in their Obamacare. The growth rate of consumer spending has just dropped off a cliff, multi-year lows. Retail sales have hit a new 9-year low. And she's saying, what?
The labor market has clearly shown significant...
Oh, shut up. So, what you do right now is just lay back. The only thing you should be looking at, as I said, are utilities. Join my gang tonight, and we'll get you through this. Now, what's going to happen? What's the bottom line? Bottom line is this. This is the door opener. This is the key to opening up the door. It's going to lead to a market correction bigger than the dot-com and a housing con. If you're sitting here watching the market up now 248 points, oh, boy, we dodged that bullet. Oh, no. Now, the reason we had a 200% increase in the stock market since 2009 is because of massive money printing. That's what inflated the stock market prices 200%, not earnings, not top-line sales, not profits. They were declining. Just look at the total business sales, year over year. Decline. Yet stocks go higher. That's because of money printing. Then the combined manufacturing, wholesale, retail have been falling off the cliff for the past year. But to create a false impression of growth in the GDP numbers, they rigged the inventory higher. That's how they get the GDP go up. They take and plug all the inventory numbers in, make the inventory look higher, look bigger. But the inventory to sales is what you look at, but they're not going to tell you that on CNBC. You're going to look at the inventory to sales ratio. If you look at that, you see it's a big lie to GDP, the growth at 2%. It's like 1.1%. But nobody in CNBC is going to tell you looked at inventory to sales ratios. All you have to do is look at the orders for businesses. They continue to fall. The wheels are coming off exports. They've plunged. Look at the activity in any of the U.S. ports. Look at the activity, way down from last year. Look at rail, truck, all the freight that they ship, falling off a cliff. And now you look and someone says, boy, the market's up 246 and she raised rates. Wow, isn't that something? But you know what? What really gets me about all of this, and nobody is talking about, is Eric Holder. So what's this got to do with anything? Because we shouldn't have to be going through this right now. And we're going to go through more of this. Boom to bust, boom to bust. Because Holder, while he was involved as the top cop, United States Attorney General, he didn't do his job. He didn't do any prosecuting. So we're going to go through this again because the scam worked. So in the meantime, what you want to do is you want to build wealth. You want to create a good retirement. You need to put money together. You're certainly not going to do it with a mutual fund. So join my gang. And like right now, we're watching the utilities. Okay, we're watching utilities. This is key. Now, LNT, Alliant Energy. Now, Alliant Energy is not turned green on our PT2. Now, would I buy it just to trade it for 2 or 3 days? No, not right now. I got to wait until I get a symbol. It's a W, it's just like a regular W. It tells me that there's enough accumulation for us to buy it. Then we'll buy it. But if I'm going to be in it for, say, I want to be in a stock for 2 or 3 months, I don't have time. The PT2 is a beautiful thing because you don't buy it unless it's green. And that's why I beg you, look, I'll reach out to you and help you. I'll help you build. I'll help you build your portfolio. I'll help you build your retirement. And you got to use it through technology. Not through these dopes that you see on CNBC, these money managers, these people put you in these stupid mutual funds and so forth. It's real simple. So for 1 month, try it. You join the gang, $49.95 for 1 month. And then we will, that 1 month, that 4 weeks, you can follow me on one stock, SH. That's it. At the end of the month, you buy the chart. But for the first 4 weeks, you just follow me on that chart. And then if you don't, at the end of the month, you go, wow, this thing really worked. Then you renew your Phil's Gang membership, pay another $49.95, and then you lease the chart. Simple. All right. What really gets me, going back to Holder, none of this should have happened. He goes back while Lynch comes in, the new top cop, and she says this stupid stuff over the weekend.
Now, obviously, this is a country that is based on free speech, but when it edges towards violence, when we see the potential for someone lifting that mantle of anti-Muslim...
Oh, my God. Here, these people come over. Here, these people slaughter 14 people, these terrorists, the husband and wife team in San Bernardino, and the president runs off to Paris to talk about the environment. What are you, nuts? Instead of talking about how to squash the ISIS, and then she turns around and she starts saying, well, we're putting down strong laws because if you say anything bad about these Muslims, we're going to come after you. We're going to come after you. You believe that? Can you believe that stupidity? But what brings that to my attention, I'm thinking about her saying that, but then I go back and say, what's going to happen to Holder here? Holder goes back. He screwed this whole deal up. Nobody went to jail. He goes back to Covington and Burlington, where he worked for 8 years before becoming the head of the Justice Department. And his clients there were the same banks that he kept out of jail as Attorney General. We'll talk more about that when we get back and more stocks. This is unbelievable. Join my gang right now. Phil's Gang, 877-600-GANG.
Generally agree that monetary policy was not the main reason for the housing bubble.
What are you, nuts? Of course monetary policy was the reason for the housing bubble. That's Ben Bernanke. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. He's lying. Listen to this. In December 2000, interest rates were 6.5%. Within the next 30 months, Bernanke dropped them down to 1%. Because of that, mortgage originations grew from 1.5 trillion to 5 trillion. That was by the end of 2003. The housing bubble was inflated, and it was continued being fueled by his policies, which eventually we saw mortgages that grew from 28 trillion mortgages to 50 trillion. He lied. But here's the important thing. We were able to take advantage of that here at Phil's Gang, and we were able to make money because of it. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. Remember, on May 29th and July 28th, I said to short the market. The market was going to experience a correction. How did I know? My PT2. Check it out. This is not a crash for us. We're experiencing a correction because we are now making money on our stocks because we're shorting it. Using our PT2 identified for us when they were pulling their money out, both in May and July, and we were right there to pull our money out too. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
From the perspective of the U.S. economy, I think we've seen continuing signs of strength.
Continuing signs of strength? What are you, nuts? Household spending dropped to its lowest level since 2008. Retail sales dropped to its lowest level in 9 years. Wages to its lowest level in 30 years. Disposable income to its lowest level in 40 years. Home ownership to its lowest level in 30 years. What's he talking about? That's Jack Lew, our Treasury Secretary. We can't trust anything that comes out of Washington or Wall Street. And that's why I want you to join Phil's Gang. My name is Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Well, the reason you stay away from the stock market because you're fearful, because no one has taught you how to invest. You go to school to learn how to do math. You go to school to learn how to drive. Why don't you go to school to learn how to invest using charts? Join my gang, philsgang.com, the best teaching format in the country when it comes to stocks.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap, diversified, everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in. And we did. And we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grande and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. And again, we're talking about looking at the utilities. Join my gang. Let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. In the next couple of days, with this rate hike, if utilities don't go down, that means it's built a base and you want to be in the utilities. I will help you. I will help you. Join the gang. And then at the end of the month, you can decide how good the service is. I think it's terrific. People do. It works. So invest in yourself, $49.95. And if, as I say again, if after this rate hike, if all the utilities hold here, then we want to be buying them. I'll show you which ones to buy. Show you how to do it on our chart. It's easy for you who people are so busy you just don't have time to do anything. Very passive. We'll do it with the PT2. Show you how to work a PT2. It's a wonderful chart, and it works. Now let's go back. I just again over the weekend it drove me nuts because Saturday and Sunday I couldn't believe what I'm hearing. Loretta Lynch. This is after that Siab Farouk and his nutty wife Tashfeen Malik. Why don't they just get real names like Frank and Harry and Mary? And I don't get it. But anyways, as you know what they did. And so Lynch on Saturday night in her speech, instead of condemning these terrorists, this Farouk and his bride Malik, she condemns anyone engaging in mean rhetoric against them or any Islamic Muslim, radical or not, and warns she will prosecute anyone who engages in mean rhetoric against anybody, even the couple, instead of condemning the couple. She just, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But then I thought, and I read this article that nobody's talking about, Holder. Why are we going through all this rate stuff? Why are we going through all this bubble stuff? Well, who created this mess to begin with? It was Holder. Now, Holder, he comes out of the White House, or he comes out of the Attorney General a slot, and he just quietly goes back to Covington and his company, his law firm, which before he became Attorney General, he represented HSBC, one of the biggest banks in the world, UBS, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, all the boys, Citigroup, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP, all of them. That's before he became the top cop. And Holder spent 6 years guiding these banks that were his clients while he was the top cop. Now he's the top cop. He's the prosecutor. Instead of prosecuting him, he guides them for 6 years back to profitability with Ben Bernanke. Are you kidding? What really gets me is when he goes in to nail J.P. Morgan or any of these companies with a fine. I'll give you a perfect example. Holder goes in and he starts going to the judges to get a judge review. He walks in, he wants to going to find J.P. Morgan $13 billion. The judge said, no, this is ridiculous. Come back with something serious like $65 billion. So Holder wasn't going to do that because J.P. Morgan is a client of his of Covington before he became the Attorney General, and he knows he's going to go back to Covington where he is now, where he will pick up and represent J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, and the rest of them that caused all this mess we're in. So J.P. Morgan, the judge in the review said, I want $65 billion. Holder instead stops going to the judges. He starts striking deals. He doesn't submit them anymore for judicial review. So he strikes a deal with a bunch of bankers. They get together with a bunch of Justice Department officials. A little money changes hands, a little commission, so forth, graft, whatever. And all the criminal problems have gone away for all these banks. Then Obama on 60 Minutes, remember when he said, oh, there was just bad behavior here. Nobody committed a crime. Really? When HSBC admitted to laundering $800 million for a pair of cartels, Central and South America drug cartels, and they had a video where they were slaughtering, cutting their heads off, cutting people's heads off with chains. They had the video at Holder's, the Attorney General's office. $880 million. He didn't bring him to any judge review. And they got away with a $12 billion, $12 million. $12 million fine. $12 million fine. Are you nuts? Now he's back. But it's not just him. Isn't it amazing, Washington, how crappy it is? Remember when Congressman, what was his name? Townsend. Remember, he was a crook from Louisiana. Remember, he's the one that pushed forward and he passed the prescription drug benefit bill. Remember that? And once he got it passed, he left Congress and he went to work for pharma and he had a $2 million a year job. So I'm watching these guys last night, Trump and the rest of them, and I'm going, who would you want as president? Who can't be bought? Be Trump, wouldn't it? I mean, this is just crazy stuff. I mean, this just drives you nuts. So I don't know why I thought about that, but I did because I got really upset when I was listening to Loretta Lynch on how she's going to put people in jail who engage in mean rhetoric against the couple or against any Muslim. Radical or not, what kind of country is this? Well, anyways, let's get back to business. Today, I don't know why I got off on that. But anyways, today, please remember this. The market's up 241 points. Don't fall for it. The only things we really want to be involved in are the utilities and the banks. Because it's a good thing when the banks go up, they love higher rate interest. So you can join the gang, and one of our 5 stocks is Goldman Sachs. And you can follow us with Goldman Sachs. The banks are an excellent place to be when you have rate hikes. The utilities, you should be getting out of the utilities when there's a rate hike. However, if they've already been beaten down, which they've been, and you have a rate hike and utilities don't go down, that is a strong buy signal on utilities. So you should be looking at Duke. You should be looking at, and again, Duke just watched on my PT2. That's why we wait for the second day. See, Duke just turned green on my PT2, then it turned back to red. And that's why we want 2 solid days of green. Then we buy it, see? And in the meantime, we can trade it for 1 or 2 days on our daily chart, PT1 call. We call our PT1 chart. We can trade it there, and we can trade it for 1 day, 2 days until we switch it back to the PT2 chart. So let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG, and all we're asking is if you make money, please just donate to St. Jude. We started this 15 years ago. The purpose of the program was to help St. Jude. That's when my son had cancer. He's fine now. Everything's terrific. 2 great grandkids. And let me help you. Let me reach out to you. But all this craziness that's going on, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's just nuts. So the market going up 200%, she raises rates, and it keeps going up. And people are going to get sucked into it. I'm begging you not to do that. Now, another stock that we're going to watch, okay, again, is the golds. Now, if the golds don't start getting hammered with a rate hike. Now, I want you to think about this. With a rate hike, the dollar goes up and gold goes down. In the next couple of days, if gold doesn't go down like utilities, you want to own gold. So you want to own gold, like the mining stocks. You want to own utilities because it's a contrarian play, which means that gold has gotten beaten so badly down, utilities beaten so badly down, they found a base, and even though they raise rates, it doesn't matter. They're not going to go down any further. That means all the investors all the big hedge funds who short against them, bet they're going down. They got to buy those positions back, and that moves up these stocks so unbelievable. They just go straight up. So let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. Let me help you with our banks, with our gold, and our utilities. And I think we get some fun with them, and I think we can make some money with them. In the meantime, tomorrow morning, let's see if this market opens lower. Don't get fooled by this 226-point closing. We're going in, the market's at 226. Do not get sucked in by it. Remember, this is a totally different thing than we're used to. Never before have we gone 9 years without an absence of a rate hike. This is new, so be very careful here. Join my gang. Let me help you, and you help St. Jude. See you on the charts. 877-600-GANG. Denise will take your call, or Steven.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande.